And welcome to the how-to video where we're going to be showing you how to navigate your online chemistry textbook. Your screen should look something similar to mine, where you're going to be accessing your chemistry textbook online. Follow the link. Of course, when you get to the website, you're going to have to log in. So I'll go ahead and do that. You should see a page with your textbook that you'll be clicking on, and that'll take you to the textbook homepage. Now, if you notice to the left, you're going to see all the various chapters listed. Across the top, there are a few tabs, the appendices, the glossary, and my notes. And let me just show you the general format of how this book is set up. This is your actual book, just simply put online. There's absolutely no difference between the hard copy book that you can check out of the Media Center or this particular online textbook. So if I click on the Introduction to Chemistry, notice it does open up and show you all the different sections that are in this particular chapter, and you're simply going to navigate through reading the chapter and answering any homework questions that you have. Now you're also going to be running across, as we're in the last page there, different labs, different pictures, different figures, etc., etc. Some of it pertains to exactly what you're looking for, some of it does not. All of the information is very good. You can also follow the links. For example, if you're looking to learn a little bit more about matter, in the vocabulary section here, if you click on matter, it's going to take you to that particular section of the chapter. All right. Now, as you click through, the off to the left here is also going to highlight where you are. So if you start getting into the textbook deeper and deeper and you're not exactly sure where you are, just go ahead and look off to the left and it'll tell you where you are. In addition, once you're into the chapter, if you do click on any of the highlighted words, it should take you to a particular glossary. Now, in some cases, your computer might block what's being shown. So, in my case, I have to engage InterActiveX or the ActiveX control. But either way, you can get different definitions or whatever information they're trying to tell you. All right. Now you'll simply scroll through the pages and flip through to find the necessary information for your particular homework or study session. Now, in addition to that, there are different. Let me go back to where we were just at. There are different things that are somewhat hidden in the section. For example, as you scroll through, you're going to find that not all pictures or not all figures pop up. And in fact, if we go through, I'm going to bump back to chemistry and areas of chemistry here. As I scroll down, I'm going to encounter figure 1.2. Well, they don't show figure 1.2. You have to click on that. Make sure that you do look at the figures, because a lot of information from the homework that's going to be on tests and quizzes, etc., are going to be in the figures. They're valuable resources. It's just that the publisher does not want them popping up. Sometimes the information is too much to put on one screen. Sometimes they just don't want to bog down the page by having too many pictures pop up. So make sure that you are clicking on those figures, because a lot of good information comes from those. And in fact, oftentimes the figures will tell you a lot more than what the paragraphs will. A picture does say 1,000 words. In addition to different figures that might not be popping up right away, there's other information or other things that you can use. For example, if I go down to chapter 12 here, and I already know in this particular section, if I go down to percent yield, don't worry about where I'm navigating to. I just want to show you some of the different resources that are available that you'll encounter. As I scroll down through this particular chapter, which is actually in Chemistry B, of course, they're showing you different figures, different pictures. You're going to come across different, as I said, resources that will be valuable to you. For example, they have these reading checkpoints that as you're reading through the material, if you want to make sure that you are actually understanding what you're reading, if you click on it, it will actually give you a quick question that you're going to try to answer. So, for example, if I read this question and try to answer it, and check my answer, it's going to tell me that I'm wrong. However, if I give it another try, it might tell me that I'm right. And now I know that I'm understanding what I'm reading. If I close that window, They also have sample problems. Now, this is going to be encountered a lot more in Chemistry B because it's a lot more calculations. However, there are different parts of Chemistry A where you're going to want to sample, and so you can click on Sample Problems, and they will walk you through how to solve particular types of problems. Now, if you don't know what types of problems they're asking, or if you don't even have the skills to solve these problems, they also have different links to different handbooks that are in the textbook. For example, in this case, they have a link to the math handbook that's going to show you how to master that particular skill that they're using. In this case, it's unit conversions and dimensional analysis, whatever that is. Well, if you don't know what that is, you can read through and try to figure this out. All right, it's something that we will actually be talking about in class if we haven't already. And finally, they also give you these Chem ASAPs. These are slick links that lead you to these tutorials that you can click through. Now, the first time you access these, you might have to go through a fairly lengthy loading procedure. You might have to go and get a couple of downloads that they actually take you to. So make sure that you press on and get to these, because these will actually walk you through step by step how to solve particular problems. And in this case, you're going to be scrolling down through, reading the problems, and then going from window to window. They might ask you additional questions that you can check your answers. You might think that the answer is this first one, check your answer. They're going to give you a correction if it's wrong, so you might try this last one, check your answer, and they might again tell you that it's wrong. You simply have to make sure that you find the correct expression or whatever they're asking for. If you're, again, still not sure what they want, you can even check on your tutors. All right, but the bottom line is these are slick little ways of going through and trying to walk you through how to solve particular problems. All right, now the last thing I want to show you is how to find your homework. Sometimes, or actually all the time, the homework can be found embedded in the actual units. All right, so for example, if you get to the end of 1.1 here, at the end of 1.1, there's a Section 1 assessment. If you click on that, it's going to take you to a worksheet that you're going to click on, and this is a worksheet that you are going to actually have to download and print and complete. All right, this is for 1.1. They are embedded. However, I think that it's easier to find your homework by going to the View By, which is up in the upper left-hand corner here. If I click on View By, go down to Review and Assessments, and now if I go to Chapter 1, here's my Section 1 assessment, my Section 2, 3, 4, and my end of chapter assessment. In fact, if I do click on the Section 1 assessment, it's going to take me to that exact same page. Which way is better? Whatever you prefer. All right? It doesn't matter how you want to access that. There's also various activities that you can find, interactivities. If you want to, say, go to Chapter 2, they may have some different interactives on states of matter. These are going to be taking you to the Chem ASAPs, which again are slick little ways of learning material that you might need a little bit of clarification with. In this case, it's giving me an error. Go figure. I'd have to figure out why that's giving me an error message, but you get the idea. Anyway, I can't explain every little aspect of the online textbook here. You're going to need to surf around, find some of the different things that you're going to need. If you have questions, let me know.